Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing fantastic and that you're all having a great day. Don't forget to subscribe. My YouTube analytics shows that I think the majority of people who watch my video are not subscribed. Don't forget to subscribe, and without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So, how do I say this? We seem to have entered the point of like mega optimism prime within the cryptocurrency space, which is great. Which is absolutely fantastic. Since the end of the lawsuit, for those of you who somehow missed that jovial event, the lawsuit against the SEC versus Ripple is officially over. Ripple has to pay some monies, and then hopefully they never have to deal with the SEC again. Since that particular moment, a lot of people have become quite optimisticer on Ripple and XRP and exactly what the future holds. We recently got news that they're currently testing their stablecoin that's on the XRP blockchain, and at some point in the future, they do plan on going public. Since then, the amount of price predictions for XRP have literally skyrocketed. That's not an understatement. This was very popular news, and they're popping up more and more. A technical analyst, someone by the name of Lucky Chart Ape, argues that market participants who fail to open multiple long positions on XRP may have themselves to blame. In a recent post on Twitter, the widely followed analyst conveyed that investors' approach to XRP over the next 6 months could significantly impact their financial status. If you've been paying attention to this channel or my other channel, Money Rules, you have seen the trend. It is getting quite intense out here. The roars and the rumblings and the stomping for the future of XRP have gotten quite strong. The people who believed before, they believe even more so now. And we're getting a lot of people predicting some numbers as to where they think the price of XRP, and I mean between the next 6 to 12 months, like a literal year, where they think the market is going to go. Specifically, he stressed that XRP traders could encounter life-changing returns from XRP before the end of this year. If you've been missing out on that news as well, we've had news from Plan B, from Novogratz, from the people from Blockstream, and there's like 3 other analysts, on-chain people looking at the charts, yada, 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 who are basically all singing the exact same song that Bitcoin will be, this is their prediction, that Bitcoin will be over $100,000 to $120,000 plus by the end of the year. You've seen the news. I've shown it to you. The time frame for a lot of them is literally November, December. There's a huge idea that in November and December from the analysts that Bitcoin will be above 6 figures. If that happens, Ethereum is at $7,000 or $8,000+ per coin, and the other altcoins have completely begun to lose their minds, shooting up as far as they possibly can. That's the idea. Accordingly, he warned that active market participants who ultimately failed to open enough long contracts for XRP before the price goes up high will have messed up. He is predicting that XRP will hit $8 US dollars before 2024 ends. The sentiment highlights the analysts' anticipation of an historic XRP run before the year ends, potentially hitting a new peak at $8 per coin. I've seen, now here's the crazy part, this is by far one of the more conservative numbers that people have been releasing out there. There are a lot of people, once again, talking about a $10 XRP. I've seen a couple of $12 to $15. I've seen some $25 and $28 sometime mid-2025. No one knows where the market is going to go, but gosh darn it, people seem to be very optimistic. And this is not just amongst XRP. It's literally every altcoin. People online are shouting and spouting and screaming exactly how high these coins valuations are going to go. XRP, it does seem logical. I think as of now, at the time of me making this video, we need the Fed to actually lower interest rates for markets to properly recover, like full circle, all of them. And then we can have a conversation sometime around late September, early October. That's the XRP to $8 by the end of 2024. News, yeah, I know, it's getting quite intense. And yeah, let's move on. Also in the news, prefacing this by saying, for some reason, the Ethereum ETF hate is weird. I don't know what other word to really put there. The amount of people online who seem to not understand that Ethereum is the most used blockchain and is one of the most popular and has a lot of demand, and that money is actually flowing in to the ETFs is incredibly odd. As I've mentioned before, for about a good month or so now, since the advent of the Ethereum ETFs, they've had an egregious amount of money flowing into them. However, an unhealthy mix of Bitcoin maximalists and people on Twitter who like literally won't let it go that there are Ethereum ETFs continue to spread rapid amounts of misinformation, and it's usually one simple thing: that there's no demand, that there's no money, that no one is actually, that there's no inflows into it. On multiple occasions, I've shown you videos, I've shown you things where basically you can see over the course of a day, there's around $48 million flowing into the Ethereum ETFs. The outflows for that day may be around $8-9 million. So they're still in a, still plus. The number has still gone on. But the news that day will just cover the fact that money left the ETFs and that there's no demand, and how little demand there is and no one's really using it. Why is there so? And it's weird. It's very cringy. And I don't understand why people don't have anything better to do with their days. BlackRock's spot Ethereum exchange traded fund, the iShares Ethereum Trust, is on track to hit $1 billion in investor inflows. Just BlackRock alone. For those of you who've forgotten, around summertime, and I mean like early summertime, we got news from a number of analysts from, what's his guy's name, Michael Saylor. Don't forget, Michael Saylor said there would never be any Ethereum ETFs, which was special. A lot of people were predicting that over the course of the entire year, that Ethereum ETFs might, if they're lucky, have around $500 million in total. BlackRock's ETF alone is on track to hit $1 billion, which could make it the first in the batch of 9 new funds directly holding the second largest cryptocurrency to surpass the milestone since the fund started trading just 3 weeks ago. It feels like a millennium because people won't let it go that this thing actually exists. You can't be threatened by an ETF from a company that you don't own or control, by an ETF that you probably also don't own or control. Are you that annoyed that another coin might get some kind of spotlight and take it away from Bitcoin? We know that Bitcoin is the number one coin. No one's doubting that. No one's challenging that. The rumors and conversations of Ethereum flippening Bitcoin to become the number one coin. We get it. We get it. Bitcoin's not going to be moved from the number one spot. Why incessantly make sure that you are lying on social media and to yourself and probably to friends and family about all of this? It's just incredibly odd. I don't personally get it. Data collected from far side investors indicates that investors have deposited $901.1 million into BlackRock's iShares Ethereum Trust ETF ETHA as of publication time. These inflows put ETHA in the top 6 best performers of all ETFs launched since the start of the year. Once again, out of all ETFs, and it's thousands of ETFs launched each year, of all the ETFs launched over the course of this year, the Ethereum one from BlackRock is in the top 6, and it's only been around for a couple of weeks. Right, don't have to spend too long on that one, but it's so draining, and I mean really, like my battery's near zero, constantly seeing people lying to other people, and it's always the people who have a large following as well. I don't get it. Maybe your brain begins to rot when you have like 1 million people following you on social media. We had one, this was maybe 3 or 4 days ago. There was one day where like the outflow, I think, was like 28 million. I forgot what it was. It was some like backdrop to the something of the fear of the stock market and interest rates, yada, yada, yada. And people had a field day talking about how the ETF had no interest. Money was flowing out of it. Guys, look, I told you, no money's flowing into this thing. You should only be betting on Bitcoin. And it's like, oh gosh, go somewhere. What's wrong with people in this space that you have nothing else to do? Where's your Lambo? Vroom. Go drive somewhere. Like go to Miami and just drive along the beach. Can you drive on the beach? I don't know. Just go do something. It's so weird. And this is the worst part is that this happens even more during the bull run. People will see a coin go up by 118% and they'll go, there's no interest on that coin. No one wants to use it. And it's like, do you know what numbers are? Did you learn how to count? It's so, anywho, so I assume by the end of the year, August, September, October, November, December, we're probably going to have cumulatively $4 to $5 billion within the Ethereum ETFs alone. That's the news. Let's move. People are so weird. I don't understand. Also yay! No one asked for this. Like no one. There wasn't one person on this planet who was like, I need this. Circle, the company who works with Coinbase to make the stablecoin USDC, is set to introduce tap and go payments on iPhones after Apple's decision to allow third-party app developers access to secure payment chips. They said tap to pay using USDC on iPhones incoming soon. Wallet devs, start your engines. This was said by Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire on Twitter. You can be honest with me. Did any of you ask for this? I know I feel like I know the answer. Also, what do you mean by wallet devs start your engines? And I ask simply because USDC is a stable coin. So the value is not going to go up, and it should not be going down. It should be relatively stable. So am I maybe not part of the cool kids anymore? Are people no longer just paying in either crypto or like the money that you got from passive income or your job? Is there like a thing now online where people are like, oh my gosh, dude, I really want to pay in USDC. Are you walking into Starbucks and asking to pay? I'm not understanding. And I literally feel like there's no demand for this at all. I wish that was like remotely a joke. Like, when do you have any friends who are like, you know what would be great? Paying in Tether everywhere. Oh my gosh, dude, I was thinking it, but you said it. I would love to go to Dubai and just like pay for everything in Tether. You know, it's like the greatest investment. So cool. Apple has had a lot of issues in the last 2 years where people have realized that they have like a mega monopoly on everything. So like imagine buying like Monopoly the board game, but like 20 of them and stacking them on top of each other. Apple has gotten in trouble recently before for those of you who don't know, having a different like electrical ports. So not the thing that you plug into the wall, not the outlet, but the actual thing that goes into different devices in different countries was actually different, forcing people to have to actually literally buy the Apple thing as opposed to just using any generic one like every other brand does. So Apple has a lot of interesting things, and now they're kind of being forced to comply to make it so that people don't have to spend hundreds of extra dollars to buy cords and cables and other things like that in order to be. And I assume somebody was like, can you just please have a normal chip that everyone can use? If every other phone is using this chip, can you just have the exact same one so that payments can be a lot more seamless as opposed to people? Anywho, whoa, my gosh, we're in the future. That's crazy. I wasn't expecting this news story. Start your engines, everyone who is using USDC, said no one ever. Yeah. Let's move on. Cybersecurity researchers have uncovered a malicious package on the Python package index called PyPI. Okay, PYPI. Yeah, okay. That was designed as a legitimate Solana blockchain library. Instead of performing its claimed function, the package was designed to steal private keys from users' cryptocurrency wallets. The actual Solana Python API project on GitHub is called Solana Pi, Solana PY, but it is named Solana on PyPI. See how this is getting confusing? A threat actor took advantage of this small difference and uploaded a malicious package called Solana Pi, even though it's not Solana Pi, it's Solana on PyPI, to the PyPI repository. Confused? You should be. With the intention of passing it off as a genuine Solana package. Apparently over 1,000 people downloaded it and people had some of their stuff stolen, and now there's still a risk of this happening. I will say, when you are downloading something or anything, this is, even outside of crypto, make sure you have the legitimate link. Same exact thing goes for websites. Look at the link, blah, 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 before you actually, because this is a problem that many people had years ago within crypto where someone was lightly changing a letter or adding an extra letter or what have you. Also, just, if you are ever unsure about something, contact the actual company and or message them on social media, because this is quite a common thing that people tend to get, to have problems with. So I will refrain from saying, well, of course it was Solana, as this was on GitHub, but please make sure when downloading anything, because people will try and find a way in some sort of fashion to take advantage of you. So yeah, if you want to download something, if you want to be cool and fancy, just make sure you're actually like messaging other people and or developers to make sure that you have the actual thing. Because I don't want any of you to have your stuff stolen. I mean, period. Like that's kind of the, that's the end of the sentence. That's the malicious package on Python package PyPy on GitHub. And yeah, let's move on. In lightly dystopian news, I know a lot of people, I'll phrase it this way. I know a lot of people within the cryptocurrency space don't care about other people. I know a lot of people within the cryptocurrency space hear news stories and assume that it's great and wonderful and fantastic. And a lot of times, this is why I always say, like, do research, learn more, watch documentaries, because it literally, it opens up your mind. You learn so much more about what's out there and what's going on. A lot of places around the world are continuously striving to try and make utopia's the word, on the backs of other people who will never experience a utopia. That's the first part. El Salvador has unveiled a significant $1.6 billion investment in what they're calling Bitcoin City. According to the announcement, this marks the most critical private investment in the nation's history. For those of you who've never seen a documentary about it, there's been multiple over the course of the last couple of years. El Salvador has made Bitcoin legal tender. Got it. The other part is that a number of crypto bros went to El Salvador and basically, so saith history and logic and interviews and other things like that. They found a space that other people may or may not have already lived on, and they've begun converting this area into this like utopian kind of Bitcoin city. There are like schematics for it. There are like blueprints for what they want to do, and they haven't really done that much. Like there are certain parts of it that they've been whatever, without having to go through this entire thing. A lot of people, if you've watched documentaries about Bitcoin being legal tender within El Salvador, there are a lot of people, I would say 80 to 90% of the public don't benefit from this in any sort of way. In that it was framed as, we will make Bitcoin legal tender, and therefore we will teach the public how Bitcoin works and how blockchain works. And people will mine Bitcoin and the country will become richer, but it's kind of like extremely one-sided. Anywho, yeah, without having to go too deep into it, this was touted, this was very popular news as like this amazing, wonderful, awesome, can't believe it, the future kind of thing. First of all, part of the purpose of Bitcoin is that it's, for everyone. Got it. But I stupidly had the idea that if an entire country was going to make it legal tender and literally like front run the entire rest of the planet, that they would have also made sure that everyone else also benefit from it as well, so that you could basically make the next Dubai, make the next Zurich, but in El Salvador, make everyone wealthy and rich at the exact same time. But once again, stupid me. So this is just a part of like, and it's like a tiny city as well. If you get a chance to watch any documentaries about it, it doesn't really, it's like a lot of other, and I mean like exclusively crypto bros as well. Went to, I forgot where it was, somewhere in Southeast Asia. This was sometime last year or 2 years ago. And they found like swampland. And they were literally like, we're going to build so-and-so here. And they got like millions and millions and millions of dollars in funding. And then I think they just disappeared. They just stopped even directly talking about it. So, and also that money could have also benefited locals. But, most people don't care about other people. That's the $1.6 billion investment into Bitcoin City, as opposed to Bitcoin Country. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Also in the news, Cardano has apparently apparently jumped into the top 3 cryptocurrencies with the highest development activities, surpassing Ethereum, the top altcoin and the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap. We were just talking about this. We were just discussing this. I think 3 weeks ago, I sat here and I said, first of all, there's whatever Hoskinson might have said that day. I was like, I feel like Cardano could do something. But now listen, hear this part. I go over crypto news every single day and have for almost a decade. The last year, how many times do you remember there being news about a Cardano partnership, upgrade, update, company working on it? The answer is 0. We've had news that they're working on their, not contract, what's it called? Their constitution, that they have weird name upgrade coming soon, that they had multiple color test nets, and that I'm not even going to say the other thing that was recently in the news about Cardano. Right. That's been basically it. And then we were also talking about like as well, like why isn't Cardano doing anything? Not from like a price perspective. It's just more of a where's the development? Apparently, Santiment has said that Cardano has moved into the top 3 of all blockchains with development in the past 30 days. Santiment disclosed that Cardano has swiftly moved into the 3rd spot among the top 10 cryptocurrencies with highest development activity. The cryptocurrency surpassed Ethereum by a significant margin. The upcoming Chang hard fork, which I thought was supposed to happen in April, but apparently we're just still not there. Right. So see, I thought it was just me. For those of you not looking at the screen, apparently the top 10 coins by developer activity are Dfinity, or Internet Computer, ICP, Hedera Hashgraph Bar Graph. Number 3 is Cardano. Number 4 is Chainlink. 5 is Optimism. 6 is Cosmos. 7 is StarkNet. 8 is Ethereum Status, S&T. Number 9 is Ethereum, and number 10 is Polkadot. Surprised the heck out of me, because we haven't heard anything. A top 3? There's been nothing in the news at all about Cardano. I feel like, whatever. Cardano's so close to becoming something like significant and huge in the world. It's so close, but like I feel like we're trying to like light a spark, but people keep like literally you look up and like it's raining as you're doing it. Like I feel like it's so. What developer anyway? Top 3. Cardano is apparently in the top 3 according to on-chain analytics. Sure. Why not? I would love a comeback. Everyone loves a good comeback story because Cardano is like far in the back. There was another news story. I don't have it here. There was another news story about like the market sentiment for Cardano is like lower than many other coins. And I will say, because you can check the news, the creator of Cardano has been in the news far too muchly as of late, and it is turning people away from the project. That's not even the nice way of saying it. That's basically what's been going on. If you've seen any videos in the last like 5 weeks, yeah, the Cardano news is normally different. So yeah, listen, if anyone knows someone, I'm still telling you, we need some kind of like 3 to 4 people who become the face of Cardano. Start contacting companies, start working with them, bring us some good news. because I could totally see Cardano hitting $8. But I think that's going to do it for this video. Yeah. I hope that you've all enjoyed. I hope you've all subscribed. I hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.